Hello there, and welcome to another album review of The Shield Doing a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're going to talk about the brand new album by legendary band Megadeth, a thrash metal band that's been around since the 80s, who basically needs, at this time, no introduction. So, this is their 16th album. It's called The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. And when I listen to that album, I think of So Far, So Good, So What? And just take a look at the two covers. They look very alike, don't they? And this album is really an album that took a while to make. Uh, Megadeth had the last album was in 2016, Dystopia, and I enjoyed that album, but it had some tracks that I didn't enjoy as much. And on this album, something that I really enjoyed is that I think the songs are all great and they have great replay value. But going back to how Megadeth tried to make this album, they had Dave Mustaine had the cancer of the throat, and that took a while for him to get better and to obviously get his vocals ready. So that made the album have to wait to be out. And also Dave Ellefson and his internet problems. Uh, that also they had to fire him, and that's why the band needed to regroup. But the band really came into their own. I think it's good they took the time. Obviously, then COVID, but now in 2022, we finally get a new Megadeth album. And was it worth the wait? Hell fucking yeah. Like, welcome back, Megadeth. Like, we missed you. And I think that this album plays to Megadeth's strength. So now the band is Dave Mustaine, Kiko Loureiro, who this is the second album with him. We have Dirk Verbeuken, he was from Soilwork, and the bass duties is Steve DiGiorgio. He had to do all the bass parts that Dave Ellefson had done, so they had to redo them, and that's the lineup. As you can see in the picture that I just showed, Steve DiGiorgio is not there, but James Lomenzo is in that picture because he's the bassist that he's returning to Megadeth, and he's going to be touring in support of this album. So the band and this lineup, something that I can say is really good is that I think Kiko and Mustaine are really vibing off each other. There's a great chemistry between the two of them, and the riffing on this album is just great. So the album has 12 tracks, 14 tracks if you get the special edition that has two covers. There's a covers of Police Truck by Dead Kennedys, and there's a song with the Red Rocker himself, Sammy Hagar. But I'm not going to talk about those because, those are bonus tracks. But the 12 main track starts with The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. And that's a great album opener. Some killer, like classic Megadeth type of riffing on it. Mustaine sounds energized, ready to go. And I think it's an album opener that really gets you pumped for what's to come. And the first songs, they're just firing on all cylinders because Life is in Hell. It's another banger, that great riffing as well. And I just love it. It picks the album starts very high pace. Then they go into Night Stalkers, which was one of the singles that they released. And that starts like when you listen to some helicopters flying in, and then the riff comes in. And there's a part in the song that features Ice-T, but it's just like a cameo. It's like a mini rap that he does, and it's more like a spoken word. And Ice-T also plays in a metal band, Body Count. So I think his part on that song, where he does that delivery, makes sense because then it goes into a fast singing part with Mustaine. So I think it complements the song well, and it was a very good single. I enjoyed it. The track that follows it, I think it's the highlight of the album with Dogs of Chernobyl. And Dogs of Chernobyl, it's a different track for Megadeth. It starts where you can hear like some children in the background, and the song is slower paced, moody, and they talk about like you have been forgotten, like the dogs that were left at the Chernobyl disaster. And it's a song that takes its time. It's like a 6.5 minute song, and I think it's different from them, and a very epic song and very heartfelt, and a standout track in this album. Sacrifice, the riffing on it kind of reminded me of Hangar 18, which I thought it was interesting. I like Hangar 18 better, but it was a solid track. Then the album has Junkie, and Junkie has some of the best riffing on the album, hands down. It's a very fast paced song and a shorter type of song. And that's the first half of the album. Then they have like an interlude, Psychopathy, that goes into the second half of the album. And that's where you get songs like Killing Time, which is enjoyable, Soldier On, which was another of the singles that they released, and that one was my least favorite out of the three singles. It's catchy. It's got a little bit of cheesy lyrics on it, like "Oh, we soldier on, we move on," and at the end, there's like Dave doing like his general impression. He's like, "We soldier on. I got no woman back at home," and it's tongue in cheek, but Dave likes to put some humor sometimes in Megadeth, and that one was good. Then they have a song called Celebutant or Celebutanti. I don't know if I said it correctly. And that one, when I was listening to that at first, the riffing, I was like, this sounds like Looks That Kill from Motley Crue. And then it changes and it sounds like Megadeth. But that initial riff and the vibe of the song is very like 80s. It's a very fun track, making fun of, those celebutants that think they're the ultimate shit. So it's another tongue-in-cheek song, but great riffing on it. Then they go into Mission to Mars, and Mission to Mars, uh, it's one of the most cheesy songs on the record, but fun cheesy, not bad cheesy. So I really enjoyed it. You get Dave Mustaine doing impersonations of like he's in space and he's talking to command. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in this song. There's a part where they mention "Rust in Peace," which is right there. And I thought it was great. "Rust in Peace," that will always be Megadeth's highlight. But this album, I'm telling you, it's gonna be regarded as a great Megadeth album. And so Mission to Mars, it's very tongue-in-cheek, and there's even a part where he says like, "Hello, ladies," and you hear some ladies giggling. But it's fun. I can't help but had a smile on my face. It's not like, there's songs that are cheesy, but they're bad. This isn't one of them. It's good. And then the album ends with "We'll Be Back." And oh my God, when I first listened to that single, I thought I loved the riffing, the energy, the drumming. They almost had like blast beats in this song, and that's strange for Megadeth. And when I heard that first single, I got really excited for the album, and it's a great album closer. I'm glad they put that at the end because it closes the album like on a super creative high, great riffing, and I just love Dave's vocals on this song. I think it gets across really well, and the chorus is really catchy. And what can I say? The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead is a amazing album. Great record by Megadeth. Like, uh, I think it was worth the wait. And if you're a Megadeth fan, you will enjoy this album. I think it has a little bit of their old style, old school mixed with some of the new. I thought this was a mixture like of Rust in Peace meets Countdown Extinction and a little bit of Euthanasia. So I really enjoyed it. So what did you think about The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead by Megadeth? What are your favorite tracks? Comment. I would really want to know. And if you're liking the videos I'm putting out, don't forget to give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. I have more album reviews this weekend, and I have an anniversary album review for System of a Down Toxicity on Sunday, and JC Rock and Metal reviews, and the Green Man will join me. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield on a Couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you, and good night.